Hello, my name is Agatha, and this is a tarot reading about Paul Ryan, the Speaker of the House in the USA. Someone wrote to me and asked me about him and if I could do, a tarot reading about Paul Ryan. And I was like, why not? Why not? So I don't know the guy. I have no type of connections with him. So let's see what type of reading we'll get, or I'll get, concerning Paul Ryan. By the way, if you'd like your own private reading, please write to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Usually my readings are in writing, and I write in English, okay? So I prefer to write. Eventually I'll do, how do you say, just speaking readings, but not yet. Anyway, Paul Ryan. So I knew that he was a conservative. I knew that. I don't know much about him, and I went to see his natal chart. No, his astrology. So he has a lot of fixed signs. Usually that might speak of someone who's, conservative. Is a Republican, correct? If I'm not mistaken. He has the sun and the moon in Aquarius, so fixed signs. He has it on the second house, almost on the cusp of the third house, so very fixed ideas. Now these two planets, the sun, the luminary, the sun and Venus, they make a square with Saturn in a fixed sign in Taurus, which is located in his fifth house. So very fixed ideas about marriage, about love, very conservative views. And it makes also another square to Jupiter in the 11th house, in the sign of Scorpio, which opposes Saturn. So this is just seeing this tells me he's a very conservative guy. I already knew this, but he's a very conservative guy, which is really interesting to see. He has Neptune on his first house. He has the rising sign is Sagittarius, and he has Neptune really on this first house. So maybe others don't see him clearly for what he was. Usually, this is interesting. The actors, people who are connected with the arts, might have Neptune on the first house, and that helps them, play a part. So he might have an ability to play a part. I don't know if you understand what I'm saying. He might not be seen clearly by others. People might project a lot on him, but at the same time, he might have an ability to be what others want him to be. And this is further emphasized by the fact that he has Moon in Libra. Moon in Libra also adapts to others. Moon in Libra, he has it on his 11th house, which is the house of friends in large organizations, which is kind of interesting that he's the speaker of the house. So Libra, people with Libra, especially Moon in Libra, they don't want to get into conflicts. So sometimes they might say something like, I understand your point of view, and they don't exactly say what they think and believe because they don't want to get into a conflict with other people. So Moon in Libra, it's interesting, and Neptune rising is also interesting. So he has this ability to adapt to others, what others want of him, but at the same time, he's a very conservative type of person. His North Node is located on the third house in Pisces, which tells me that part of his path in life has to do with be more open-minded, be more compassionate also. Should be more compassionate and not so fixed in terms of his way of thinking, and not so judgmental. Because his South Node is in the 9th house in Virgo, so he might, to him it's safe, I would say, to go to what religion tells him. It's like a path that he knows. It's safer to be there, but he's supposed to learn how to think differently, how to be more compassionate also. And he also could be extremely intuitive. He could be a very intuitive person. He can pick up the feelings of others. So he could pick up the feelings of others, and a good way of using that would be to, be more compassionate about how others think and feel, and think in a more compassionate way about others, and speak to them, and speak to people in a much more compassionate way. So he's supposed to open his heart, I would say, this time around. There's another thing here which is really interesting, to me at least. He has Mars in Aries on the fourth house, in conjunctions with Chiron. Chiron is the planet, is the asteroid of pain. So there's some sort of pain in his early life caused by a male figure. I would say maybe perhaps an authority figure that probably, how would say this, controlled him in some way. But it feels like he might have felt emasculated by a man in his early life, or there's a pain connected with a male authority figure, I would say, who controlled him or who exerted some sort of control, and that really still, that kind of defines part of his personality, I would say. Also, because Mars is connected with sexuality, please don't sue me. Please don't sue me, I'm just reading the chart. I would say some sort of wound to his sexuality. But this wound has a point, because it made him really sensitive about the feelings of others. I don't know exactly how that would apply in his life, how that would manifest in his life, but there's a very good aspect between Neptune and Mars. They are in fire signs, and they are in a trine, so this is a very good aspect. So there's an ability here to use this pain that he had from his early days in a very positive way, to sense out others. It helps them feel what others feel, I would say. It might be a little bit psychic, might be. But he's very conservative, there's no doubt about it. He's extremely conservative type of person. Extremely conservative type of person. This is just the ruler of the chart of Paul Ryan is Jupiter, because the first house, the rising sign is Sagittarius, and the ruler of Sagittarius is Jupiter. And Jupiter, like I mentioned before, is connected in a T-square, in a fixed T-square with Saturn in the 5th house, and with the Sun and Venus in the 2nd house, almost the 3rd house. So really speaking, is connected with his path in life, which is interesting. He's the speaker of the house. He's doing what he's meant to be doing, I would say. So these are conservative types of ideas, and he kind of defaults to them out of security, because these ideas, these conservative and traditional and orthodox sort of ideas, he defaults to them out of a need to feel safe. But it's because it might be extremely difficult for him to open up his mind and speak in a different way and speak in a more compassionate way also. Okay, so what else? What else? I also saw progressed moon is currently, where is it currently? At Cancer. At Cancer. And it's making negative aspects with his natal moon, new moon. It's right now at 27 degrees of Cancer. So in about 3 months time. Wow, 3 months time. Maio, junho, julho, July. Guess where his progressed moon will be? It will be, if I'm not mistaken, I know this should be a tarot reading, but I'm talking way too much about astrology. It's going to be where? Almost, okay, not 3 months, longer than 3 months. Let's say August, the eclipse. You know, the big American eclipse. Wow. So what day? 17, let's say 17 of August. Today it's, 3 months. 3 months time. Leo, his progressed moon enters in Leo on 16th, 17th of August. Right about the time of the Great American Eclipse. The Great American Eclipse is, if I'm not mistaken, on the 21st of August 2017. It's going to affect me because it's going to be at this 27 degrees of Leo, and my MC, which is the beginning of the 10th house, is connected, is at 27 degrees of Leo. So it's good. I don't know how it's going to be for me. I'm hoping for good things. I'm hoping. I have no idea how it will be for me. But this is interesting that right about the time that this Great American Eclipse happens, his moon, Paul Ryan's progressed moon, which speaks of the way the progressed chart speaks of how we are developing emotionally on an inner level, on an intimate level. It's interesting that his moon is progressing into Leo, and my moon is progressing into Leo. So I would say that it will be even more visible than he already is now. I don't know if that will be a good or a bad thing. Okay, I have no idea if that will be a good or a bad thing. But it will be extremely more visible. He will, also might feel the need to be out there in the public and be courageous about what he feels and thinks and is. It doesn't matter what type of ideas he has. If he's like a Republican, he's a Republican, and it doesn't matter if he's a conservative. It's like you'll have more and more courage for the next 2.5 years, starting from August 2017. He'll have more and more courage to speak what he thinks and believes, because Leo is the sign of courage. So he won't be afraid to be out in the limelight and speaking his truth, whatever his truth is. Okay, so and he'll be visible. He'll be extremely visible to the public, more and more visible to the public. And it's interesting. This moon will make a square, this progressed moon, with the Jupiter in Scorpio, and with Saturn in Taurus, and his progressed Mars is also in Taurus. So whatever he speaks is truth. It's gonna annoy a lot of people. He might feel singled out because he speaks what he thinks. It's really And again, it's conservative values, it's orthodox values, and you might feel attacked also. Okay, right now it's progressed. Sun is in Pisces, and in about 3 years' time, it's going to be in Aries. So in about 3 years' time, he might feel a need to liberate himself. I don't know in what way. It's liberation time, baby, in about 3 years' time, more or less, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, this is the astrology. What else? Draconic chart. I really love to see the draconic chart. Okay, the draconic chart is the chart of the soul. So let's see the draconic. Let's view the draconic chart as if it's a tree, as from a book that I've been reading, and I have to finish it. It's great. It's a great book about draconic astrology. See yourself as a tree, and the trunk of the tree represents, let's say, everything that your soul knows. I'm just trying to give you an example. I'll just give you a picture. I'm not telling you that this is the truth, okay? So the draconic chart is a trunk, and you know, and this is like the majority of your knowledge as a soul. And then the branch of the chart of the tree is your natal chart. And that's what you're learning this time around. When you say, I'm a Gemini, Sun in Gemini, you're learning how to be a Sun in Gemini. You're developing all the qualities connected with the Sun in Gemini. Of course, there's more. So, in order to know much more deeply about who the person is, you have to go to the draconic chart. So, I'll give you another example using me. I'm a Leo. And I never felt like a Leo. I never understood. Like, growing up, every time that I read, and I only came across astrology in its proper form in my late 20s. I had no idea that there was more to astrology than just sun signs. Every time that I read about Leo, the Leo sign, the Leo sun sign, the Leo characteristics, I didn't identify myself with it. Because I'm not this, I'm not a leader, I'm not this. I'm shy. I don't like to be in the limelight. It took me years to more or less feel a bit comfortable in, how do you say in English, putting myself out there, and just because I have Virgo and I have Scorpio, and don't pay me too much attention. I don't like it. So I never understood how the hell I'm a Leo. I mean, it makes no sense. And every time that I read about Scorpio, and like, this is what I am. This is me. And I never understood. Then later, in my 20s, I found out that my rising sign was Scorpio. And haha, now I understand. Because many times we identify ourselves more with our rising sign. Sometimes, like later on in life, you develop the great characteristics of your sun sign, and you begin to identify more with your sun sign, a bit more with your sun sign. Also, the rising sign is a way of others, people who don't exactly know you all that much. They first describe you using the keywords connected with your rising sign, and when they know you more intimately, they describe you using keywords connected with your sun sign. So that to me was like a big aha! I knew I had Scorpio, I knew it. And then I found out about the draconic astrology. In the draconic astrology, and I'm not going to explain the methods in terms of, it has to do with the moon's nodes. I'm not going to explain the method. In astro.com, you can check out your draconic astrology. Draconic chart, you can check it out in the extended chart selection. My sun in Leo changes into Sun in Scorpio. So my soul is a Scorpio. Like, I'm so happy. Oh my God, I'm a Scorpio. Thank you, God. So it's like your most intimate self. It's like the soul's chart, and I'm gonna see Paul Ryan's soul chart, the draconic chart. Who is he, indeed? Like on a soul level. Okay. is interestingly enough, there's not much change. There's a few changes, but there's not much change. Is Sun and is Venus are still in Aquarius. Is Capricorn changes. The natal is the Mercury. The natal Mercury is in Capricorn, and the draconic Mercury is in Aquarius. This tells me that he's smart. The soul level is smart guy. His rising sign, draconic rising sign, is the same. It's Jupiter. However, his moon changes. His moon changes from Libra to Scorpio, which is really interesting. So again, conservative ideas. At the soul level, again, it tells me that this is an intuitive sort of guy. He knows stuff. He knows where the wind blows, and he knows how to adapt. Bad, like most negative things connected with Scorpio, even at the soul level, it's, Scorpio sometimes are vindictive. They are resentful. They never forget. If you hurt them, they'll remember it forever, because they feel the pain forever. Scorpios feel the pain forever. It's like buried in their soul, in their hearts. So it might be, least positive way, it might be a very vindictive type of person. You might not see it coming. And he might be very intuitive, and he has fixed emotions and fixed ideas. So this is really interesting, really interesting. Okay, I've spoken way too much about his astrology. Oops. 22 minutes speaking of his astrology. 22 minutes. Now you can go to his tarot reading. We can go to Paul Ryan's tarot reading, and I'm going to use the Tarot Illuminati. So what does the future hold for Paul Ryan, Speaker of the House, Republic Congressman, I think, for the next year? For the next 12 months, what will the future be, potentially, for Paul Ryan? And I'm going to use the Celtic Cross reading, Celtic Cross spread, which is a 10-card spread. And let's see, Paul Ryan, what does the future hold for Paul Ryan for the next 12 months? And this is without even watching the transits he currently has. Oh my god, why do I just feel that I need to shuffle more? Sorry, I have to shuffle. Paul Ryan. Okay. 1, 2, okay, 3. Let's start. 1, a secret. 2. Yeah, it's gonna be more visible. 3, yes, success. Marriage, something to do with marriage also. 4, 5. Something is about to initiate something in the next 12 months. 5, 6. Ooh. A decision that might a change of perspective. Something to do with his marriage. A secret. 7. 8. Ooh, this is a lot of major arcana cards. 9. Ooh. 10. Okie dokie. Doesn't end well. the bottom of the deck, I don't usually show this. It's the Princess of Wands. Ooh, I might have an affair. No, I'm not saying this. The Princess of Wands is the Page of Wands in traditional decks. This is a new role for him. Okay, how many Major Arcana cards? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 Major Arcana cards for him. In the next 12 months, major changes might occur in Paul Ryan's life. This is for 12 months, okay? So the significator or the general theme of the reading is the High Priestess. So something to do with secrets. A secret might come to light. And this again tells me he's a very intuitive sort of person, and he uses his intuition to go with the flow and to adapt and to achieve something. In his career. He might be studying something in secret. There might be secret documents. He might be working on some sort of secret documents. Or there's some sort of secret that is keeping hidden. Or he might know a few secrets. There's something to do with secrecy and secret documents. Also, really heightened intuition for the next 12 months. In the position of that which is yet not seen, there's the King of Wands, and his moon is going to progress into Leo. The King of Wands might represent something, might represent someone, a male. It showed up as a male because it's the king, and this is for a particular person, therefore it's a male. To me, it's him. In his late 30s, or after the age of 40, I think he's over 40. Yeah, I think he's over 40. From a fire sign, Leo, Sagittarius, and his rising sign is Sagittarius, or Aries. This is him. That which is yet not seen is that he will have a position of even more power, even more visibility, with sometime within the next 12 months. And the King of Wands, sometimes in the positive aspects of the King of Wands. And this moon will progress into Leo in August. So this might become even more apparent will progress into Leo in August. So this position of power, this visibility will be starting in August, middle of August, more or less. The good qualities of the King of Wands is charisma, popularity, extreme talent, extreme creativity. The least positive qualities or characteristics connected with the King of Wands has to do with arrogance. My way or the highway. I know what it's right. This is the only way to do it. Like an ability to receive other people's opinions because his opinion is the right one. So I'm sorry. So to me, this tells me either he's going to be more visible. He might be more visible because of some secret deal or some secret that comes to light within the next 12 months, or there's like a secret deal to give him more power or to put him in a position of more power. I'm sorry. See, his power might extend and he will be more visible to the public eye, and you might have the opportunity to kind of impose his ideas, which are not very progressive, which are really fixed sort of ideas. You'll be more visible and you'll achieve something in terms of power, an even major role in his career. Now, in the foundation or the root, we have the Four of Wands, which is a success card. I don't know what it is, but it's a successful card. So, I'm sorry, it could be that you feel successful. He will have more powers. He will. If these powers are connected with secrecy, you'll have access to some secrets. I'm sorry. And this is a career move. This is a promotion of some sort, and this is something to do with his career which is really successful. There's some sort of success in his life. This is how he feels at least. Another thing is that for the next 12 months, something to do with his marriage might be extremely important, or his marriage might be extremely important, or if there's some sort of secret that comes to light, it might affect his marriage. Not necessarily in a bad way, honestly. There's only 2 negative cards. So if he's promoted or something, this will have a very positive effect on his marriage. There's a celebration connected with this promotion, connected with access to higher levels of secrecy. In a least positive ways, like a secret comes to light and it will affect his marriage. Now, the past connected with the present or the future, we have the Lovers. So a decision was made in the past that will affect what choice was made in the past that will affect the next 12 months, that will indeed help him be promoted, be more successful in his career. This is one way of reading it. Another way of reading it is there's something connected with his partnership, with his love life, with his marriage, and something connected with his marriage, and the secret connected with his marriage will come to light within the next 12 months. And you will be very visible because of it. And this is not necessarily a good thing. The next card is what he wants. What's in his mind and what he wants. We have the Fool. He wants to start fresh. He wants to start new. He wants to go on a new path that he never tried before. Again, I'm thinking, and this is connected with some sort of choice he made in the past. So in terms of career, I'm seeing good things. I'm seeing good. I'm sorry. In terms of career, he wants to start something new in terms of his career. He wants to advance. He wants to try something which was never tried before. And this card is connected with Uranus, and he does have. I think he has Uranus on his 10th house, which is the house of career. Yeah. And his Sun and Venus in Aquarius, they are ruled by Uranus, because Uranus rules the sign of Aquarius. Now, this could be something new in terms of his career, yes, but it could also be something new in terms of his love life. Now, what could be something new in terms of his love life? This could be a new partner, maybe they divorce. I don't know if that will happen, but it could be in a more positive way of reading this. They're okay with each other, they're still together, but they start something new within their relationship, with their marriage. What could that be? For instance, it could be a new kid, it could be adopting a child, something. I could read this both ways. I could read this in terms of career, in terms of his love life. Either he wants a change, complete change connected with his marriage. This does not necessarily entail divorcing. It could be, but not necessarily. And if it's and there's some sort of secret connected, something that comes to light, like secret documents even, or his intuition is really high, and he kind of knows things. I think he tries to process the things that he knows in a rational point, from a rational mindset, but he just knows them without knowing that he knows them. How he knows them, he goes to the mind, he goes to his rationality, but his rationality doesn't give him full information, and his intuition gives him full information. So it's like he guessed something connected with his marriage, that kind of makes him want to either move on, make some changes, go on a new path connected with his marriage, or now this could be divorcing, but not necessarily. It could be having a new kid. It could be making new changes. It could be revitalizing his marriage, But I see the celebration. This is connected. The Four of Wands at the root is marriage, but it's also celebrating something. Maybe both of them are working on something really hush-hush. I'm going to give you an example. Adopting a kid could be something really hush-hush that he and his wife are not talking about it. And finally, they sometime during the next 12 months, they have this new kid who is adopted. It could be something else. It could be something like his wife comes to work with him. That could be the new path connecting both of them. It could be indeed a secret that comes to light that might completely change the dynamics of his marriage. Or it could be, if it's nothing connected with marriage, it could be that he wants to start something new in terms of his career. Now, the next card is the near future. The near future could be 3 to 4 months from now. Another major arcana card, the Hanged Man. Now, he might, and it's interesting that 3 months from now, his moon will be his progressed moon, which connects with our inner intimate development, the way we feel. And my progressed moon is also in Leo. In about 3 months, he's going to be changing from Cancer into Leo. So this could be a change of perspective. A change, because the Hanged Man connects with changing of perspective. So he feels in a different type of way. Emotionally, he's going to feel differently, maybe, which might help him change his perspective, might help him change the way he thinks. But I don't think that's going to happen, really, because there's a lot of this progressed moon is going to connect with his T-square in fixed signs. I really don't think he's going to change the way he thinks. I really don't. He might, but I'm thinking that maybe the change of perspective would be something like not being afraid of fully speaking what he feels and thinks and believes. It could be that. Maybe he's holding back. I don't know if he is or not, because I really don't follow Paul Ryan. Try not to even follow Trump. Try not to follow American politics. Maybe the change of perspective is something like, you know what, to hell with others think. I'm going to speak my truth, even if they don't like it. So he was holding back fully on what he believes, and now the change of his perspective will make him have the courage to speak fully what he thinks and feels. And this might cause a lot of trouble for him. This might cause a lot of trouble for him. There might be some sacrifice that he needs to do, or he might be sacrificed himself. There's some sort of, sacrifice connected maybe either with his career or with his job. But, for instance, a sacrifice might need to be done. He might need to make a sacrifice in order to have a stronger connection with his wife, a more successful marriage, a more successful partnership, or he might need to make a sacrifice in order to advance in his career. And again, this has to do with secrecy. I'm thinking that whatever is security level, I think it's called it's called security level. I think he might have like a security level of whatever, and now it's going to be increased in the next 12 months. And that would, for that to happen, and for him to have more power, you'll have to sacrifice something. I don't know what. Another way of reading it, again, a secret comes to light. A secret comes to light either connected with his career or connected with his marriage that make him feel like he's in the limbo, that maybe will sacrifice something connected with his career or might sacrifice something connected with his marriage. I could read this in a good and negative way, okay? This could be either way. I don't exactly know what's going to happen. I'm going to watch the transits. I'm going to see the transits in a while. So in the next 3 months, there might be also a period of him, 3 to 4, feeling like he's in the limbo, feeling that people just discarded him, or feeling that he has to wait. So maybe things are not advancing and he feels like I need to wait for a while. Now, how does he feel? Or how does he view himself? We have the Prince of Pentacles or the Knight of Pentacles. He feels that he's advancing in terms of career slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. He's not leaving any stone unturned. He's checking all the details. He's being really accurate in terms of detail. He's being really detail-oriented. He might be working on some sort of secret papers, and he's studying them really closely, or will be studying them in the next 12 months. But he's a conservative type of guy, yeah. He's conservative, he's a traditionalist. He moves slowly but surely, and he's advancing in his career. Also, this might entail that some sort of proposal will be coming to him in terms of career advancement. You'll be offered something in terms of a job, or he feels, because again I said he's intuitive, he feels that sometime during the next 12 months he will be offered something. Maybe after a period of limbo, a period like of 3 months, a period of limbo, he feels that something will be given to him, which will put him on a path of further career advancement. It might not feel like a great, fantastic job, but it is. And he's patient. He's a patient type of guy. Aquarius usually are. They're patient. People with fixed signs are patient. He has Saturn in Taurus. So he's gonna go further still than he already has in his career through his lifetime, because he has patience and he has the ability to, I would say, to expand something, even in terms of career. Even if it seems like little, he has the ability to keep with it and make it grow. Slowly but surely, he'll get what he wants. Now the next card is others, or how the environment sees him. We have the Strength card, which again connects with the Leo. This it's a major arcana card. The Strength is called. It talks about being, others might be seeing him extremely controlled, or extremely controlling person, because he might be an extremely controlling person, but with an immense ability to contain himself, to discipline himself. And because his moon is going to progress into Leo, he's going to be more visible. Within 3 months' time, he's going to be more visible, and other people will see more and more of him. I just thought something, might be wrong. What if the secret talks with Paul Ryan is to, in these secret talks, for instance, secret conversations, would be to ask him to something like, would you like to be the Republican nominee, how do you say, for the next presidency? Maybe he's like being asked this. Maybe he's like being like unofficially being offered the possibility of being the next Republican nominee. Because others see him as a very powerful force. Others might see him as someone who's really controlling, but someone who also has the ability to control himself. There might be someone in his life that might appear in his life that will try to control him, will try to dominate him. This card is also connected with lust. So if there's a secret that might come to light, that may come to light, it's something to do with lust. I'm sorry to say this. It's maybe because he couldn't control, part of his desires, and that will come to light. So maybe, again, within the next 12 months. So maybe, for instance, I'm going to give like an example. I'm not saying that this will surely happen. Maybe you'll have an affair. I don't know if it will have or not with someone with Leo qualities, and that will come to light because he couldn't control himself. But usually this card, I don't use reversals, So I like to give all possible examples, possible meanings of a card, negatives and positives. So either some are seeing him as in control of the situation, extremely self-contained, really disciplined. Others might see him as someone who cannot control himself, who cannot control his desires. But it's going to be very visible in the next 12 months. It's going to be very visible. After like a period of limbo and waiting, a waiting period, there will be a waiting period. But after that, you might be offered something, which will be a path towards even greater achievements in terms of his career. The next card is Hopes, Fears, Advice. You have the Chariot card. He is hoping to be more than he already is. I'm thinking that he has. Again, I don't know if he tried to be president. I have no idea. He's trying to be. I'm sorry. What he hopes is to be a true leader. He wants to lead more than. He wants to be in a bigger position of power. That's what he wants. If I read this card as advice, the advice would be go for it. Because this card is also connected with success. There's several cards here connected to success. Like another card like the Four of Wands, the Fool, starting something new. Also the Prince of Pentacles. The advice would be go for it. The fear would be not feeling up to the task of leading others. This card is connected also with sexuality, like the Strength card. And the advice could be control your sexuality. Or he's afraid of not controlling his sexuality. Is lust, I would say, is lust. Because this card, this is I don't know, there might be a renewal in terms of intimacy with his wife. None of my business, which kind of helps him advance his career. There might be a secret that comes to light connected with an affair, yes. There might be an advancement in his career, and the advice would be go for it. Go for whatever is presented to you, whatever is given to you as an offer in terms of career, go for it. And then the outcome is the Seven of Swords. This is the sneaky card, sneaky bastard card. I'm not saying that he is, okay, I'm not. This is like lying, but also keeping a secret. This is keeping a secret. When I keep a secret in my life, usually, and I do a reading for myself, usually the Seven of Swords comes up. So this has several meanings. One is like you're cheating, don't cheat. You're lying, you're deceiving someone, or in a more positive light, you're keeping a secret. You're keeping a secret. So he might be keeping a secret something. This secret might come to light within the next 12 months. This is a secret card. The High Priestess is a secret card as well. And you'll have to sacrifice something because of secrets. Maybe you'll have like a higher... Maybe there's an offer to him that he'll have to keep a secret. Maybe he already knows that he will be successful and his career is about to change big time the next 12 months, the Fool, but he'll have to keep it a secret. You'll have to keep it a secret. It has to be quiet. And you'll have to sacrifice something in order to further his career. And you'll have to sacrifice something in order to be privy of these secrets. Now, secrets, I don't know in terms of, I think is going to be, his security level is going to rise, and you'll be more in the know of secrets. I just thought about something. What if he is the one who will be appointed? I don't know if this is even possible because he's the Speaker of the House, right? As the next CIA director, or FBI director, or something like that. Whatever it is in terms of his career, it has to do with secrets. In terms of his career, it has to do with secrets. In terms of his marriage, this is not a very good card to get. Maybe he's keeping a secret from his wife. Why? Maybe he again, advancing his career might mean that he might not be able to tell everything to his wife, and communicating with his wife might be something which is extremely important for him, and that will be the sacrifice that he might have to do, because now he knows stuff that he cannot tell his wife, and that's the sacrifice. I'm thinking secrets. I'm thinking advancement of career, more visibility for him, and a big change in Paul Ryan's life within the next 12 months. Now, it could be all the possibilities that I've mentioned in the card reading. I don't like to say this will surely happen. I don't know what will happen. It also depends on the person's choices. We are not puppets of the universe. We have free will. Even if it doesn't seem like it, we have free will. So he has the ability to go several ways, several of the ways which I've indicated, and others that I didn't even thought about. He can choose. Okay, we can define our own fate by the choices that we make. So I wish him well. And I don't know what I got wrong or I got right. You can tell me what you think below. And that's it. That's the reading that I have. Again, if you'd like your own personal reading, please send an email to dunyazade@gmail.com, and I'd be delighted to work with you. Bye bye.